curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Yeah, exactly.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium. Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium. Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
I like didn't even say anything for so long because I was like, just go. But I could hear her, but I saw. Yeah. I think the thing is she's cooking a little pasta too, so she like put in and I could like see that in her heartbeat. It's in pretty good spot. Like it's tight enough to it, but it's like super. Like I called this shot. We can't.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've been summoned back into the fifth end here for the Grady Brown game. Looks like we've been looking at a treat of a game, 2-0 here for Grady over Brown. My name is Matt Yo, and the owner of Tim's Ice Manufacturing, runs the Leduc Curling Club here. Great shot there by Brown to get out shot rock, lie two here behind some granite. Looks like there's been a pretty good chat going here. Lots of people talking about the game, which is great. Keep it going. Hi, Mark P. So it looks like this is going to be a hit and flop. She probably doesn't want to get too close to the guard here. It looks like if she hits it, she is still going to be second shot. But right now, I think it's limiting the damage. Now, what we saw earlier in Clancy Grandy's first game was Uber. Sorry, something happened there with the audio. Just uber aggressive here in one of the games early this afternoon. And, this being up two is a little bit of a defensive call, which is probably the proper call. Hit that open rock. And then how does yellow get in there for their second point? That in-turn draw, that yellow rock that's above the house there, above the co-op, which is our presenting sponsor here for the ladies' event here this weekend. But that rock on the right-hand side there above the house, that yellow rock, it will block the in-turn draw. So looks like Corryn's going to be going through the out-turn to the wings, maybe down to that red rock in the back. And then Team Grandy's going to have a decision to make if they want to run the center red back and be very aggressive and stick it back there and force them to maybe even steal a point, or to follow them down here. So I'm going to try to get a time. I was upstairs slinging drinks in the bar and haven't been watching the ice too much here. So I'm going to try to get a time here and see what the ice is running. Looks like they're just lightly brushing it in here. Line's good. Weight seems like it might be a little hot. And I got it at the 14.9. Sweeping there to the back. House tap back. Great shot there by Team Brown. Well communicated. On a shot like that, it's very important that your sweepers communicate with the person in the house, saying, it's a little bit heavy, so they know on that line they would have lots of room around that corner guard, and they can sweep it down to that back red rock. Now, if that line was the same and it was T-line weight, the skip holding the broom would need to know that information very quickly to ensure that they would get it around the yellow guard and in place. So very well communicated and a great shot by Team Brown. So now this is the decision to make. You go with the ultra aggressive call, run back your red rock, stick it back there, and you know what? You might steal a point. You have a pretty good chance of stealing a point. Or follow that red rock down. Follow the yellow rock that was just thrown down and cut them down to 2. Or the ultra aggressive call is the out turn wide around everything to the back forefoot where they're talking about right now. This is a touch surprising to me because it looks like, I could be wrong, but it looks like yellow's lying maybe 3. If they were lying 3, I don't think they would play this shot. But if they're lying 2, this is a very aggressive call, but it's also a call that could to get you the steal point in the 5th end. Very interesting call here. I do agree there, Mark P. But I had the pleasure of announcing her win earlier this afternoon, and it seemed like they just were able to pick these rocks and put them right where they wanted. So this might be a very confident call of knowing where the ice is and what the speed is. The rock seems like they came down pretty well here. They're just brushing it in. Line's great if the speed is going to slow down. They're out there in the good pebble in the fifth, 6th end here. So the disadvantage with that call is now Team Brown gets to play the same shot again. Pretty easy shot that they just had. They could even bump back their rock, I believe, a little bit and still get three points here. Again, huge shout out to our title sponsor here for the event, our presenting sponsor, Co-op Petroleum. All right, same shot twice. I would assume that she'll be very close to making this shot. Again, very important that the sweepers communicate with the skip. Let them know the weight so they know if they're going to be tight to that guard or not. They might want to keep a broom down on this just to make sure. And that's very well communicated. Great shot. Great back-to-back calls by the sweepers and the skip in the house to call the right line and the weight. So 3-2 going into the 6th end.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
So good shot there to force the play. Good center guard in the 6th end. A lot of teams would play that shot into the rings, being up 1, playing the 6th end. If you're in the rings there, that gives the other team the opportunity to hit it if they like, but they wouldn't. They'd be throwing up a guard because you don't want a blank here if you have the hammer in the 6th end. You want to score one minimum, and then also try to force in the 7th, and then you have the ultra important hammer in the 8th end. So a lot of people put that rock in the house in the with your first rock in the sixth end, up one. Sounds like the call, or that looks like the call is to come around that yellow rock here with her second shot. Great shot there. Couldn't have walked it down any better. Fully buried. Right on the tee line. Grandy going to be going around their corner guard, I believe. Good shot. You know what? It's going to be 3/4 open probably. Giving Team Brown a chance to throw just through weight, tap it out. With a shot like this, you do want to control your weight. Anything more than just through will run a little bit straight. But she's decided to change the call up and come around the center guard again. So the disadvantage of throwing that red corner guard to the right-hand side of the sheet is that it blocks your out-turn draw to the button as a skip. It's a little bit difficult to obviously throw a corner guard on the left-hand side of the sheet because the center guard is on the left-hand side of the sheet. But in this instance, you probably want to keep that out-turn draw available with your last rock because, again, you need to score if you're Team Grandy here in the sixth end to ensure that you have the hammer in the even ends, and you would get 2 hammers to the 1 hammer of Corryn Brown. So a little bit caught there, trying to throw the real hard high center guard, and a couple feet light in the sixth end here, and a little bit of a hog block. A little bit of inside information. To be quite honest with you, as an ice maker, that in these events, I have absolutely no problem sharing any of the information that we have on the ice, rocks, anything. If the teams come up and ask, we will absolutely let them know anything that we've picked up over the time, and that goes for every team out there. So you young teams out there that are out there competing, if you see the ice maker out there pebbling, scraping, by all means, come up, ask them if there's any tricks to the sheet, any tricks to the trade. Now, here's a little trick for some of the curlers here. If they would have come up and asked, there's a couple teams that came up and asked at the beginning of the week, and it is slower coming home at this club. So it's the pad here is fairly unlevel. So we have about 4 inches of ice at the close end here, and a little bit less ice on the far end. So it actually acts that it's a little bit slower on the way home. So people in the sixth end, tendency is to almost hog that rock because it's a touch slower coming home. And in the sixth end, obviously, throughout the game, it usually gets a touch slower throughout the game. So any of those teams out there, if you see the ice maker out there pebbling, scraping, we're all open books. If you're willing to take the information, we're willing to hand it out. So go talk to your ice makers, ask them any tricks of the trade, and we'll be more than happy to help out all the curling teams. So end's shaping up pretty good for Team Grandy here. We got 2 rocks in the corner. Going to be throwing a corner guard here to cover those rocks. 1 yellow rock in the house that's wide open at the moment. So this end's shaping up to be a fairly good end for Team Grandy if they can string the next 3-4 shots together here. Question from Keith Keller on the live stream here: is the uneven ice intentional? No, it is not. So each concrete pad that's underneath the ice that actually has the refrigerant, it actually becomes unlevel throughout the years. This place here in Leduc actually doesn't have a heat floor. So it sounds funny that you would have a heat floor underneath your cooling floor, but out here in Alberta, you need that to keep the frost from heating your concrete. So this place here doesn't have a heat floor. So when it gets colder throughout the curling season, the concrete pad actually is a living thing and it starts to move, and we need to flood a lot to keep it nice and level. So no, it is not intentional at all. It's that you need to create a level playing surface for these curlers. And each curling club is going to have instances where the curling pad, the concrete pad, is not going to be level, and there's going to be some warmer spots and cooler spots, and your local ice maker is going to know that. So all those curling teams out there, your recreational team on Thursday night, men's or mixed, go ask your ice maker. They'll tell the few spots out there what you need to look out for. And they know, because we need to spend about an extra day and a half putting water down here before we can get nice and level. So another corner guard to go up here. You need this one to curl over a little bit. You're going to have to. I played with Kevin Park in Japan for a couple spiels, and he used to yell at me to lean on it, and so they leant on it and got that rock over and covered up the corner guard really well. Keith, you're definitely right there on the live stream. Curling ice is very complicated. We have sensors all over the ice from Ice Advice, one of the sponsors here. We have sensors all over the ice to tell us temperature differences. We deal in Fahrenheit, so we can get a true accurate look of, up to 0.5 of a degree change in Fahrenheit. There's lots of different techniques that ice makers need to use in their local curling clubs to try to make the best ice for the competitors and athletes. Every club is different. Every set of rocks is different. Airflow is an amazing thing that brings humidity into the building, and also hot spots on your ice. There's a million and one different things that can go into making a good sheet of ice, and sometimes it becomes very cumbersome at some clubs until you can get the hang of it. All right, so a little bit change up here for Team Brown. They're looking at trying to draw one around here and freeze it, which just a little bit of a chap off. That is an actual, that's a really good shot. They're sitting 2 right now. The advantage of that shot, and it's a very good call by Team Brown, is that now if you want to do a hit and roll or even a double on those yellows, that yellow rock that you're going to contact behind the corner guard is going to jam on the red rock back 12 foot. Now, in Team Grandy's instance, that's probably not a bad thing to get one of your rocks over towards that rock in the 4 foot area, to kind of clump them together a little bit and have a shot here for 2 or 3. Again, you need to score this end, so let's not make it too complicated. one's good, two's better. But if you can score one, you're going to have that hammer hopefully coming home in the 8th end. And that's what you want here. 2 hammers to 1. Steve chimed in a live stream here. Do you prefer to doing ice making in Fahrenheit or Celsius? It's funny. We do hockey rinks, curling rinks. It seems like a lot of the hockey rinks are moving into the Celsius. I do the same as I would say 95% of our curling ice makers. We deal in Fahrenheit. It's more of an accurate temperature, and you get a quicker and more instantaneous feedback on your ice surface temperature for dealing with Fahrenheit than Celsius. Very true. Nothing like a decimal point doesn't solve. But it's easier to deal with 25.5 degrees Fahrenheit than minus 4.12648 Celsius. All right. Great shot coming in here. Looks like it's going to jam on the back, I believe. Oh, no. Great shot. Fantastic shot. Now, Team Brown's really going to have to be careful here, because to remove this rock, they're going to have to roll in front of their yellow rock a little bit. They can't roll to the right to spread their yellow rocks out. And then this might be a really good chance for Team Grandy to sit, 2 or 3 after their next shot. So I think what Team Brown's going to want to do here is hit that hit that red rock and roll over towards the yellow corner guard. So if they can roll all the way over to that yellow corner guard, behind that corner guard, in the 8-foot still, and second shot, that would be ideal, and that would turn this end around for Team Brown. And that's the problem that they're going to face here. They hit and flopped in front of their yellow rock, a nose hit here, or a little bit on the broom side as you're looking at it, double, and they're lying 3. Not a whole bunch of places for Team Brown to hide after they make this shot. So big turn in events here. Very well executed end by both teams. And it just that little hit and flop might come back to haunt them here. Earlier in the live stream here, we had if you're not leaning on your broom hard enough and you haven't broke it, you're not leaning on it hard enough. That is actually a funny story. We were playing in junior provincials one time, and I was sweeping a rock, and a fairly big individual, and the broom that I was sweeping with actually shattered, a few splinters in the hands, burnt the rock, bloody lip. Everyone had quite the laugh. Actually, it was pretty funny. All right, they're going to come down and take a look at this again. Big shot. This is this is probably the most pivotal shot, obviously, so far in the game, and it could be one of the biggest shots for Team Grandy here in the 6th end. So they want to talk this over, communication exactly where they want to hit it, so the team is fully on board. The sweepers know where that rock needs to be when it's contacting the first yellow. These top level sweepers can actually see the rock curling while they're coming down the sheet, so they can anticipate the skip and the throwers yelling hard to sweep. So that's why you'll see a lot of the top level sweepers come down to the other end and see exactly where they need to hit it. Brad Thiessen is very involved and very takes a lot of time to come down and take a look exactly where they want to hit it. So yeah, they're going to try to make this hit and flop. Looks like she's got it going a little bit out of her hand. Gonna roll too far. Yeah, gonna roll too far. All right, so Team Brown going to be throwing here to split the house, lie 2. That was a really big missed opportunity there by Clancy. But again, at the beginning of this end, you wanted to score. 1's okay, 2 is better. We'll see where this rock ends up, but you have 2 hammers to 1 at currently, so just make sure you score this end. Right over her hand, they look like they picked up the sweep right away on it. Got a time of 15-8. That looks like they got to go big time. Wow, great sweeping. Absolute phenomenal sweeping right there. Right out of her hand, right to the finish. Sweepers kept their heads down. They knew they had to go. That is a phenomenal sweep by the front end of Team Brown. All right, you got to clear your mind from the first one. It looked like she got it going a little bit or not quite out to the broom the first shot here. So she's got to clear that out of her mind, know that 1 here is great, and tie game going into 7. Now I think she got this one back out to the broom. A little bit of sweeping here to carve it over. Looks like she'll be fine. A little bit of a roll. Too far. Steal a 1. That sweep from Team Brown's front end to get that rock into place proves pivotal. Great sweep. Steal a 1. 4-2. Brown over Grandy.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
looking to get that 3 ball. And sometimes the other team that's up 2 here tries really hard to force Team Grandy. But sometimes you try so hard to force, you almost force them to 3 sometimes. Been in that scenario quite a few times myself. But definitely not the level of curlers these ladies are, for sure. So great shot by the lead on Team Brown. Top 4. Corner guard going up here for Team Grandy. Huge shout out to our sponsor this weekend, Co-op Petroleum, on their sheet here tonight. Thank you so much to all the sponsors. All the teams out here have local and small business sponsors that have let the curlers and the athletes really perform and not worry too much about entry fees and whatnot, hotels. And it's something that our sport really relies on, is our small business and helping out our athletes. So please share. Please if you see somebody on a jacket and you're heading into the co-op to buy gas, say, hey, thank you very much for sponsoring the event this last weekend. It was great. Just to allow those sponsors to know that they are getting recognized. And thank you so much, obviously, to Co-op Petroleum for the ladies this weekend, and Global Machine and Supply for the men's event last weekend. So a little bit of a mistake for Team Brown. They're hitting that rock on the nose. So Team Grandy slid one into the house, as we were talking about earlier, where it's actually 0.2 seconds faster going away from the home end here at Leduc, and it's 0.2 slower coming home. So sometimes you'll see that where in the 7th end it's a little bit faster and it slides into the house. And I think Team Brown would have liked to peel that off, because even though it's in the rings, that will act as a corner guard as well. Good corner guard put up by Team Grandy. Now Team Brown would be trying to guard that rock that's on the 4-foot. Good guard there. Now again, Team Grandy going to go around that corner guard. So another option here is you could have played a tap back on that rock that's top 4-foot. And if you racked on the guard that they just threw, you're only going to be throwing just through weight. So your rock would actually start spinning and heading towards where Clancy is sitting right now in the house. So you could have thrown that tap back, and if you were a little bit inside, hit that and rolled in, and opened up a little bit of the front. Again, you're only down 2 with the hammer, so it's not emergency situation yet. So you do need to make sure that you're going to keep that center open and have a couple shots for your skipper at the end here. So it's not where you need to throw everything in the kitchen sink at the team at the moment, only being down 2 with the hammer in the 7th end. So a little bit more of a aggressive but non-aggressive call would have been to try to tap that one top 4-foot, and if you're inside, tap the one that is guarding and roll into the house. Really close to the guard. Oh, great sweep. Absolute fantastic shot. Now Team Grandy is going to have to do something with those rocks up in front. Great sweep again by the Brown team. Fantastic. Couple more shout outs to our local sponsors here. Sticks and Stones Pub here in the LRC. They're providing a 10% off to all of our athletes upstairs for food and beverage throughout the weekend, as well as some Gatorade and water and beverages on the ice for our athletes. Hack to House, our new curling supplying store here in Edmonton. They are providing great club packages that has revenue share opportunities for your clubs. So anyone that's involved in a curling club that has a pro shop or doesn't have a pro shop, please reach out to hacktohouse.com, and they have some very, very great programs to bring in some extra revenue into your curling clubs. Your members buy products already, so the curling club might as well get a profit share from those products and try to get a little bit more financial stability through our curling club. So hackthehouse.com. If this spins into the house, fantastic. It did. Absolutely. Great shot there. Peeled off the center guard and rolled into the house. Great shot. So with this shot here, you just have to make sure you call the line so you don't jam that red one on the side. Good shot there. Another great sponsor here that we have for our athletes is TaylorMade Wellness. TaylorMade Wellness is bringing in a chiropractor and massage for our athletes tomorrow. Anybody that needs any muscles rubbed out or anything adjusted for back and all the sweeping, TaylorMade Wellness is here to offer chiropractor massage services to our athletes to get them through the beginning season here and help them out for their long road ahead. Still a couple days left in this event. So there is an opportunity here for a double and lie to, or just hit and or tap it back, and try to set up a bigger end. But when you're looking at this, is 3 in play? Probably not. So in my mind, I would be removing one of those yellow rocks out of play. If one stays in the rings, that is fine, but removing one of those yellow rocks out of place, so your red rock on the left-hand side that's just biting the Co-op Petroleum circle comes into play. This is a very aggressive call just to keep them around, but I don't think the 3 ball is in play here. So this might be a little bit too aggressive for what the end is shaping up. For the shot call, great shot, but the unfortunate thing is Team Brown has a chance to lie 3. So when you're trying to get your deuce, you're pretty set up there earlier to try to get a pretty easy deuce. Now you're going to have to remove some granite to make sure that rock on the right-hand side there, on the Co-op Petroleum circle, comes into play. So now you're going to have to make that double and make sure your shooter's rolling over towards the yellow rock. You're going to have to make 2 doubles in your last 3 stones, possibly, a double with your last rock for sure to get 2 here. So that's why that play there for your younger teams and people looking at these games as training models, that first shot of the tap back, it was a very aggressive call that might not have been needed because there wasn't really a three I call it a three ball, so a three ender really in play with the way it was set up. So you wanted to just guard to make sure you got your two. Very very aggressive call, but now we have the double and roll your shooter over here, which looks like is going to be a great shot. Yeah, absolutely great shot. So you're going to have to make one more double to get your deuce here this end. Big shout out to James Gordon and Rory McCusker for doing all the production work the last few weeks. Again, I said in the earlier broadcast that these guys are absolute geniuses when it comes to getting these things on TV, getting guys like myself where I can just walk in and start talking and have the commentating going. So fantastic job by James Gordon, Rory McCusker, also Jerry Gertz there at Curling Stadium. So Corryn Brown really going to make sure that she needs to stick around with this shot, roll over to the right to space those yellow rocks as much as she can. Would be the right shot call here. So here's your opportunity. You can make the double and lie to. Your rocks are closely together, so if Corryn Brown makes the double right back, you have a blank for your opportunity to take the hammer into the last end to get 3 to win. Or you can play the hit and roll off the one on the side 12-foot behind the yellow rock that's there on the center line. Again, really fighting hard to try to get a 3-ender here where you might want to take your medicine and just 2 is really good here, but if she can pull this shot off, I think Corryn might just walk up and take that red rock out and say, here's your free draw for 2. I'll take the hammer in the 8th end. Trying to get it to curl a lot here. If she rolls out, this is a big mistake. Oh, no. That's too bad. Again, I think this end just kind of got away from Team Grandy with a few of the shot calls. Earlier in the end with the third's last rock, you had the opportunity to make one of the yellow rocks leave the house and have that rock that Corryn Brown is looking at taking out now come into play for a multiple score of 2. And then also the last shot there, you could have made the double or at least hit and rolled in front of the yellow one to make this shot a lot more difficult for an easier shot at 2. But, sometimes when you pick the hardest shots possible, the outcome's difficult to make. So that might be a little bit of a learning end for Team Grandy and their coaches. So great shot by Team Brown there, hitting, rolling in, not allowing Team Grandy to get the blank here. Excuse me. If she would have hit and rolled out and hit the boards, Team Grandy would have had an easy blank opportunity with that rock in the top 8-foot to take the hammer into the 8th end. Now, making a very good hit and roll into the rings there by 2 feet has forced them to 1. And at the very least, Corryn Brown is going to be going home up 1 with the hammer playing the 8th end. Trying to make a curl again here. Same result here. Going to be hit and rolled out. Corryn Brown's going to be up 5-2, playing the 8th end without the hammer. And this is the point where they're going to be throwing everything but the kitchen sink into the 8th end here.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able...
All right, we're back. So Team Brown throwing one top forefoot, has that draw weight right in her back pocket, puts in a great spot. Corner guard going to be going up here for Team Grandy. A couple comments in here, the live chat. You know what? One of the questions was that intentional to keep the hammer in the 8th end? Now we've seen some crazy things over the last few years with this 5 rock rule and how important it is to keep hammer in the 8th end. But in this instance, when you're down 2, you don't want to be down 3 coming home. Now, if you're down 1, we have seen a really difficult shot for 2 or 3 points, and if they give up 1, that's okay. They'll have the hammer coming home down 2. But you wouldn't want to give up a point to be down 3 coming home with the hammer. Getting 4 points is really, really difficult. Stealing 1 point, if you would have hit and stuck there, is a lot easier than getting 3 points or 4 points to win the game or send it into an extra end. So to my mind, that wouldn't have been an intentional shot. And another good point, yes, this is the 3rd game for each team today. Triple knockouts. Sometimes teams love it because there isn't any pool play and there isn't any LSDs. So last stone draws to determine seeding or determine who gets a tiebreaker and all of that stuff. It's just if you win, you get to qualify, and if you lose, you have to play your way in. So with triple knockouts, it's if you lose 1 game, if you don't qualify out of the A, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So this is their 3rd game each for these ladies here today, and the winner will play in the B qualifying game tomorrow morning, and the loser will have to play 3 games tomorrow to get out of the C side. So good shot there, corner guard up. Another corner guard put up. So you're set up here for Grandy to try to make another 6 shots in a row and try to scrounge out your 3 points here in the 8th end. 3 draws a day. I think some of these ladies have put their names down for the chiropractic massage that is sponsored by Tailor Made Wellness. Tomorrow afternoon here for the athletes, they're bringing in massage and chiropractor services to help out these athletes get through these 3 days. Thank you for Tailor Made Wellness. Very good shot by Team Brown, top 12. Not fully buried, because if you would have fully buried that one, it would have gave access to the rock top 4 foot. Fantastic judge and fantastic sweep there by Team Brown. So last sheet on the ice here at the Leduc Rec Center. Team Brown versus Team Grandy. Brown up 5-2 without the hammer in the 8th end. Team Grandy going to do everything possible to keep as many rocks in play as possible. Coming down here, looking like they're going to try to tap that back and make a little bit of a pocket for their next shot. Great shot there by Team Grandy. It's been an absolute delight watching these ladies curl here yesterday and today. We are here all day tomorrow, Saturday. If everyone like to come down and take a look and look at the beautiful rec center here at Leduc, come down, enjoy some bevies up in our Sticks and Stones pub and lounge. It is free for the weekend. Come down and watch some great curling. So Team Brown's just going to be looking at getting rid of that red stone, rolling over behind the guard. At the end of the day, if they lose their shooter, that wouldn't be too big of a complaint from them. Very good shot. Now, you kind of had a setup shot to get a pocket back there. So you want to freeze one right in there and try to generate 2, and maybe with your last rock that you can get a 3rd one in there. Want to thank Jerry Gertz from Curling Stadium for getting on my phone and getting me down here to commentate these last few ends of this game. It's been a treat. My name is Matt Yo. I'm one of the owners of Tim's Ice Manufacturing, and we run the Leduc Rec Center here and curling. The ice makers for the event here that we have are Justin Rumson and Logan Yo. They've had a great surface for the ladies to play on this weekend. So thank you so much for all their hard work. So this one comes up a little bit light, but it's dead buried behind their guard. So it's going to make Miss Brown here to walk up and peel off that corner guard. And then the next shot will be Team Grandy just to tap that back into the pocket again. Very good shot. Again, Team Grandy walked up there, just tapped that back about 3 feet, right into the pocket. Again, huge shout out to our sponsors this weekend. Co-op Petroleum here in Leduc as our presenting sponsor. Global Machine and Supply. Sticks and Stones Pub and Grill. Tim's Ice Manufacturing. Ice Advice. Tailor Made Wellness. And our new curling store here in Edmonton, Hack to House. Visit hacktohouse.com for all your curling needs. All right, very pivotal shot here to try to set up their 3-ender. Little 3-foot tap back of their red rock right into the pocket. Very precise shot. Looked like they're a little bit heavy there. They only hit about a quarter of that rock and rolled to the tee line. So they were probably about 5 or 6 feet heavy on that shot. But they've spread their rocks out. Another freeze into that pocket with the next rock. One miss, and there might be a 3-ender in play here. A comment here on the live stream from Steve. We have an American joining us. Love you chiming in on the live chat. Thank you very much for watching us today. If you want to see lots of curling coverage this year on Curling Stadium, as well as the Alberta Curling Series. We're hosting 15 events, men's, ladies, and mixed doubles. We have a mixed doubles event starting on Saturday next weekend. So abcurlseries.com or .ca, abcurlingseries.ca for any more coverage on next weekend as well. All right, so here comes the ultra important freeze into that pocket. They're going to start working on it here pretty hard. Line's great. Don't lose it. Hurry hard. Great shot. Absolute fantastic shot. So one miss away here from setting up a 3-ender. That's what you essentially have to hope for down 3 coming home is you're going to need a miss or 2 from the other team to try to generate your 3 points. Oh, you guys stop here on the live chat. You're starting to make me blush a little bit. Commentary is not that good. I always say I'm just an ice maker. I freeze water for a living. So I appreciate all the nice words on the live chat. All right, Corryn Brand kicking out here. Needing to get rid of a red rock to ensure that she has a pretty easy shot with her last one to win the game here. So fantastic shot. She is a shot maker. Fantastic shot. Now Team Grandy's got to decide where is the best place to put this rock. In my opinion, if you freeze to that yellow one right there, absolutely. It'd be difficult to remove that red rock from the left-hand side and also difficult to remove the rock from the right-hand side. If you try to hit it on the left-hand side, you might hit your own yellow rock and spin it back to the rock that you're freezing to. If you hit it on the right-hand side, you might straight jam it to the rock that you're freezing to. So my opinion, if you put that rock right where her initial call was, that would be a fantastic shot. That's a decent shot call as well. Just looking at the overhead, if they put it there, you're probably guarding your red rock that from being able to be taken out from the right hand side. The only issue is here if you move any of those rocks more than an inch in any direction, it's pretty easy to take out both rocks. This is a very, very precise shot, but in the 8th end down 3, you are gonna be having to make the precise shots and gonna have to need a miss from the other team. All right, looks like they're just cleaning for now. Yeah, they're needing to go here a little bit. Great shot. Couldn't have walked it down there any better. Fantastic shot. So there's two trains of thought here. You hit half a rock on the outside here. It should spin and actually spin off that yellow one if it does jam and get removed from the house. You could also throw a tight guard, let Team Clancy run the red corner guard in for 3. But this is the right call here. Corryn's going to be very close to being able to take this one out with a lot of spin. All right, come down, sweeping hard. Jam, are they going to get it out? She did. Great shot. A lot of great shot making the last few ends here. Congratulations to Team Brown and Team Grandy for putting on quite the show. Once again, thank you so much for Co-op Petroleum for being our title sponsor here for the weekend, Curling Stadium, and Alberta Curling Series for hosting these events. Thank you so much, and we'll see you tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.